guys, welcome back to another video. As usual, it is a great pleasure to have you here. If you are seeing me for the first time, welcome, karibu. My name is Tali, and on this channel we talk about mostly making money online. We talk about passive income, and we also talk about side hustle opportunities. So if any of those topics sound exciting to you, you want to make sure you are subscribed to the channel. And also do hit the notification bell so that every time I shoot a new video, you do not miss out. So as you come onto the video, please do say hello in the comment section below. Let me know where you are watching me from and also what time is it is wherever you are. We love guests here. If you are returning, thank you so much for all your support. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about something a little different. We are going to be focusing on passive income, and specifically, I am looking at the latest Government of Kenya infrastructure bond that is currently, as of the shooting of this video, is out, and people are welcome to invest in it. So the value date, the period of sale rather is from 20th of October. Shooting this video on 28th of October. So the period of sale for this infrastructure bond is 20th of October and it runs until 8th of November. So that's what I'm going to be talking about. And for a very long time, I'm one of those people who has always in my head known that I need to invest in infrastructure bonds, but for some reason, I just have been lazy to do it for various reasons. And this time around for this particular bond, that is IFB 1/2023/6.5. So basically what that means, IFB means infrastructure bond 1. 2023 is the year, and 6.5 is basically the tenor of the bond. It means it's going to be 6.5 years. So when you talk about infrastructure bonds, basically it means you as a mwananchi, you as a citizen, you as a resident, you as an investor lending money to the government of Kenya. That's basically what you're going to be doing. And so generally infrastructure bonds have a long tenor. Sometimes it can be like from 3 years to 20 years. So basically you give the government money and then they pay you interest. Usually in Kenya, it is semi-annually. Every 6 months you get paid. And once you get paid every 6 months, and then once the tenor of the bond, if it's like 10 years or 6 years, like this particular one we're going to be focusing on, once that period comes to an end, you get paid your money. So generally in the past, for you to invest in infrastructure bonds in Kenya, the minimum amount of money you had to pay was 100,000 Kenya shillings. That is about $700 as of the shooting of this video. So that was the minimum. You had to pay 100,000 shillings. And then if you want more, you have to be paying in multiples of 100. So you could only pay 100,000 or 200,000 or 300,000 or 400,000. That's what you could lend the government, all the way up to whatever the size of the bond is. So for example, like in this case, this bond is 50 billion. So the government of Kenya is looking for 50 billion Kenya shillings to fund infrastructure projects in the financial year 2023-2024 budget estimate. So generally you can bid anything from, so as I've said previously, the infrastructure bonds, the minimum you could lend the government was 100,000 Kenya shillings. But thank God, at least there's one thing that the new government is doing. So this particular infrastructure bond has reduced the minimum amount you can invest to 50,000 Kenya shillings. So guys, just for 50,000 Kenya shillings, you can lend the government of Kenya money, and you will be paid interest every 6 months. One other advantage, so of course there's that 50,000. So the other advantage is that for you to lend the government of Kenya money, you're going to be lending the money through the central bank, and you will have to open what is called a CDS account with the central bank. That's a central depository account with the central bank. And previously, this is another reason why, again, I kept in my head knowing that I want to open a CDS account, but I wasn't opening. I wanted to invest in infrastructure bonds and treasury bills, but I wasn't, is because of the process. So previously, for you to open a CDS account with the central bank, you had to physically go to central bank. So in Kenya, there's a central bank, different branches. There's a branch in Nairobi, there's a branch in Kisumu, there's a branch in Kisii, there's a branch in Eldoret. I think there's another branch in Mombasa, and I don't know where else. So you have to go there physically and get what they call a mandate card. Fill in that card manually. Once you have filled it, you have to go to your bank, and then your bank, you have to get 2 authorized signatories from your bank to confirm that we know Eva, this is her bank account, yada yada. And then you have to take a physical picture of yourself. You have to take a copy of your ID plus your original ID. If you're a resident, you have to take your passport and your resident card. If you're an alien, you have to take your alien card, and all that physically to Central Bank. And then they would open the account for you. But now, guys, listen to me. Right now, you can open a CDS account from the comfort of your home. Guys, like literally, I opened my account on my phone, and it is so easy. Let me just show you exactly what you need to do. So there are 2 ways. You can decide to you go through your computer. So if you're gonna, come on, please focus. Oh, yeah. So if you're going to be opening the account on your computer, you just go to dao.csd.centralbank.go.ke, dao.csd.centralbank.go.ke. So this is the website. You can see DAO CSD, Central Bank of Kenya. Managing your investment has never been easy. Join our portal and keep track of your portfolio. So you just come here, click on create an account. If you don't have one, if you already have a CSD account, then you just come and click there. But if you want to use your phone, just come here and click get it on Google Play, or if you're on App Store, you do that. Or alternatively, just click on play.google.com on your phone and then come and download the DAO CSD. This is how the app looks like. Yeah, you can see there's 10,000 plus downloads. So it just looks like a DAO, basically. Yeah, you can see this is how it looks like. Yeah, that's the DAO CSD, Central Bank of Kenya. Make sure you download the correct app, okay? So once you have done that, and guys, let me know in the comment section below if you want me to go to do a step-by-step process of how to open your CSD account on the DAO CSD app or on the laptop. So basically, once you've opened your account, you'll do all those things online or on your phone, and then you're gonna have to, before you even start the process, make sure you have a copy of your ID card, both sides on one page. Just go to any cyber and ask them to do the photocopy for you and give you in soft copy, or you can scan it on your phone. Number 2, make sure you have a copy of your KRA PIN certificate, again in soft copy PDF. If possible, you can do that directly from the KRA website or ask the cyber guys to download it for you. Make sure you have a passport photo of yourself, again in soft copy. And then what else do you need? Yeah, those are the only things you need. And then make sure you know your bank account details, like your name, your account number, and the branch. And then of course, make sure you have a functional email address that you have access to, because you're gonna be getting communication through that, and that's what you're gonna use to open your account. So that's the second advantage. So number 1, they have reduced the minimum investment amount for infrastructure bonds in Kenya from 100,000 to 50,000. So with 50,000 Kenya shillings, you can invest in treasury bonds. And the best part, when you're opening your CSD account at Central Bank, you have an option as a retail investor. You can open your personal, like Eva Mtali account, or if let's say you have somebody you can have like a joint account, just like the same way you do it with bank accounts. So if let's say you can't raise this 50,000 as an individual, you can find a trusted friend or a trusted relative, and then you each contribute like 25,000 each, and you invest in infrastructure bonds. So that's the reason number 2 why I decided I'm going to invest in this particular, the latest Kenya infrastructure bond 2023 that is on offer, because the 50,000. Number 2, the process of opening a CSD account has become so easy from the comfort of your home. Everything happens so seamlessly. And then number 3 is the possibility of opening a joint account if you can't have the whole amount. And then the other advantage of this particular bond is that the tenor is 6.5 years. So generally, the tenor for infrastructure bonds usually is from 10 years to 20 years. But this particular bond, the tenor is just 6.5 years. But if you invest less than 1 million, then it's going to be 3.5 years. So that means, especially for somebody who's just trying out to see how the whole thing works, this is a very dependable process to go through. And then the other advantage of this particular bond is that, like all infrastructure bonds, it is tax-free, guys. This is one of the best investments you can do in Kenya right now, because treasury bills, whatever interest you make, you have to pay a withholding tax. If you save money in your bank, if it's like a fixed deposit, whatever interest you earn, you have to pay withholding tax. If it's your SACCO, you have to pay withholding tax. Like everything in this country, you have to pay a tax for it. But for infrastructure bonds, they remain tax-free. You do not have to pay any tax. And this is the case for infrastructure bonds as provided for under the Income Tax Act, which thank God has not changed. So it means whatever amount of interest you're going to earn, all of it is going to belong to you. Guys, hang on a second. My phone is ringing. Sorry guys, my phone was ringing. So I was saying the other advantage of this particular infrastructure bond, like all infrastructure bonds in Kenya, it is tax-free as provided for under the Income Tax Act. And then the other advantage of infrastructure bonds, and which also is going to apply to this particular one, is that throughout the history of the government of Kenya, we have never had a case whereby the government defaulted, as in did not pay people their semi-annual interest. So going by just that track record alone, this is a guaranteed source of passive income for you, because the government is going to be paying you interest every 6 months. So this is a nice way to invest your money instead of, let's say, buying real estate or, I don't know, buying land and stuff like that. And generally, like the last infrastructure bond that the government issued, the interest was 17%, guys. Can you imagine getting 17% per annum? And it's being paid semi-annually. Every 6 months, the government is going to be paying you. So personally, I have put my bid for this particular infrastructure bond, and I went for the non-competitive bid. So generally, when it comes to infrastructure bonds, you can either go the non-competitive bid. This is a bid whereby you will be allocated the weighted average interest rate determined during the auction. So let's say if other people are putting 15%, others 20%, others 30%, others 15%, they're going to do an average. And then whatever weighted average they come up with, that's the interest you're going to be paid. And then there's the other where you can put your bid on competitive bid. So the challenge with competitive bid is that a participating bid in the auction, so the competitive bid is a participating bid in the auction, which is allocated according to the price or rate indicated in the bid. So it is you to put a rate, and then you're going to be given, like your bid will be accepted or rejected based on the percentage you've given. So if it's too high, then you might not be accepted. But also if you bid too low, and then you find out like the non-competitive bid is even higher, it means that you lose out. So as a retail investor, I encourage you to go for the non-competitive bid, because this one you don't have to put an interest rate. They're just going to give an average of what the market offers, and the chances of being rejected are next to impossible, unlike the competitive bid whereby if you bid too high, you may be rejected, or if you bid too low, then you lose out. They're just going to give you whatever you bid. And the other advantage of this particular infrastructure bond is that through this app, the Dow CSD, I was able to place a bid without going through an agent. So as a retail investor, when you go through that app, or if you're going to use the platform to make your bid, there's a section where it says your placing agent, just select none because you don't need it. Because if you go through a placing agent, then you're gonna have to pay like extra money, which you may as well use to build up your portfolio. So guys, those are some of the reasons why I decided to invest in this particular infrastructure bond by the government of Kenya, 6.5-year amortized bond, issue number IFB1/2023/6.5. So guys, if you want to know the exact step-by-step process that I use to open my CSD account with the Central Bank of Kenya, the exact process that I use to make my bid, let me know in the comment section below. I will do an in-depth video. But meanwhile, in the description box below and also in the first comment, I'm going to pin a link whereby you can find the prospectus for the Government of Kenya infrastructure bond offer. And also you can find a little more details of what I've discovered here. If maybe there's some terms that I use that are not very familiar and you want to learn about them, then I'm gonna leave that link. So please take a moment and go through it. And guys, if you're still sitting on the fence, trying to look for a passive income opportunity, this is it, guys. Like, with the way things are going, this is the best way to do your investment. You're guaranteed some sort of income every 6 months. And like for this particular bond it's a 6.5-year amortized bond. So like for the next 6 years. And then at the end of the 6.5 years, you still get all your money intact. So let's say if you invested 50,000 shillings, you're gonna get, and let's say the interest is like 10%, which obviously is gonna be more. So you're gonna get 5,000 every year for the next 6 months. That is 2,500 after 6 months, and then another 2,500 after 6 months. So they'll keep doing like that every year, twice. They'll pay you 2,500, 2,500, that's 5,000 every year. And then at the end of the term of the bond, which is 6.5 years, you're gonna get your entire 100,000 again. So guys, if let's say you invested 100,000, then you are gonna get, and let's assume the interest rate, you bought the non-competitive bid, you get 17%. That is a cool 17,000 every year for the next 6 years, and then you get back your 100,000. If you spent 1 million, like you loaned the government of Kenya 1 million, then you're gonna be making 170K every year for the next 6 years, and then you get your 1 million back. So guys, I think it's a nice tidy sum of money to invest and get passive income. Let me know in the comment section below if this is something you have tried or you are looking to try. If you haven't invested in infrastructure bonds, what is stopping you? If you're thinking of going about it, then I am happy to shed some more light. And guys, I will see you on the next one. Bye. Thank you for watching.